reunion story that many thought could never happen. One pet owner never doubted it would. In tonight's Spotlight, Meg Ferris tells us a story she would not have believed if she had not been there and seen it for herself.
It's been a few decades since I met and formed a bond with Coach James Joseph while working out in a boxing gym. Over the years, we've told his stories of selflessly giving time, love, and support to help young men. When Katrina was coming, he told his wife, Betty,
I've never left from a storm, and my wife was trying to make me leave, and I said, no, I'm not leaving.
And then when Harry Lee said, you're damn fool, excuse the expression, if you stay here, it's not going to be a rescue. We're coming in body bags.
We went to Baton Rouge. It took us 6 years and a day to get to Baton Rouge.
Thinking they'd be gone for just a day or so from a bad rainstorm, they left Cuddles the Chow and Blackie the Pit Lab Mix behind with plenty of food and water. And we all know what happened in New Orleans East. Their home had water to the ceiling. Weeks later, with the floodwater gone, Coach called me for help.
I said, Meg, I'm going to get my dog. You kept trying to say, Coach, I don't think the dog. I said, Meg, I'm not even hearing that. I'm going to find my dog.
James, Cuddle's gone. But I didn't want to keep saying that because I didn't want to break his spirit. And I said, okay.
We made it past the National Guard to the house. Coach kicked in the warped door. Nothing. For quite a while, we shouted the dogs' names. Again, nothing. We were the only ones here in New Orleans East. I was walking down the middle of the street.
Right.
Everything was gray. It looked like the surface of the moon. Everything was dead. There wasn't a soul in sight. And all of a sudden I look up and the streets filled with mud and muck. And I see this black dog walking.
Yeah.
And I went, Coach?
And I say, that's Cuddles.
How did Coach know she had survived?
Meg, look, I'm a praying man, and I treat my dogs the way I treat my family, okay? And I tell her, swim across to where I'm at. And I train her how to do that. I used to get in the lake with the dog.
Their daughter, Jamie Hayes, was over the moon.
And I looked. And she looked. And it was like, you found my dog. And I immediately uncaged her and I just grabbed her.
Cuddles lived to be 15. Coach James talks to her where she's buried in the backyard. And as for Blackie, later they saw online that she had been rescued and loved by a family in Oklahoma.
So it was like both of our dogs survived Katrina. Even though we only were able to really physically touch Cuddles, it was still a good feeling to know that Blackie made it too.
Meg Ferris, WWL, Louisiana.
After Katrina, the Pets Evacuation and Transportation Standard Act of 2006 was enacted so that people don't have to leave their pets behind to find shelter. It requires state and local governments to include pets and service animals in disaster and rescue plans, as well as FEMA support. What a happy ending. And as we reflect on those 20 years since the storm that changed us, we here at WWL Louisiana want to give you a chance to share your stories. We've set up a special voicemail so you can share your Katrina memories, and those recordings could be used in our 20th anniversary coverage. Just call 504-529-6444 to leave a message for us. So, thankfully, we have nothing that is threatening us in the tropics at this time.
One area that we're watching, that's Aaron, another that is moving toward the Western Gulf, no signs of development. But we continue through the season quiet. Let's hope that trend continues.